Hello, this is Arlissa Pinkleton with 8-Minute Maths, and in this video we are going to solve systems of equations using substitution and elimination. When you're solving systems of equations, you are basically trying to find the solution to both equations. What is the solution of both of these equations, or which set of numbers will satisfy both of these equations? When you are solving by substitution, you are doing basically what it says. You are going to substitute one value in place of the other variable and solve for that variable. Basically, you're substituting one thing in and solving for the other variable. Then after that, you'll go back and solve for the initial one that you substituted in. So let's do an example. Example 1, we have 3x minus 2y equals 2, and we have y equals 1/2 x plus 3. We're going to call this equation 1, and we can call this equation 2. In order to solve this by substitution, we are going to take this y equals, and we're going to substitute this entire, come on, pen, there we go. We're going to substitute this entire quantity in place of the y, because this says that y equals this, all this 1/2 x plus 3. We're substituting that in place of the y. So we've got 3x minus 2 times 1/2 x plus 3 equals 2. We substituted the 1/2 x plus 3 in place of the y in equation number 1. Now let's distribute this. We'll distribute our variables. We've got 3x minus 2 times 1/2 x minus, again, 2 times 3 equals 2. Let's simplify. 3x minus this 2 and 2 here, these reduce down to 1, minus, I'm going to put a dotted 1 here. You don't need that 1, but I want you to know that that's where that is. Minus 6 equals 2. Continuing to simplify, 3x minus x is 2x minus 6 equals 2. Solving for x, we add 6 to both sides. Those cancel. We have 2x equals 8. Divide both sides by 2, and you have x equals 4. So the value for x according to this method is 4. Now let's take this x equals 4 and substitute it back into equation number 2. I'm going to go here. Substitute into equation 2. So we have y equals 1/2. I'm putting the 4 in place of the x plus 3. So y equals 1/2 times 4 is 2 plus 3. So y equals 5. Our solution for this system of equations is 4, 5. Now if we want to see if this is an accurate solution, we can substitute the 4 back into the 4 and the 5 into this first equation. 3 times 4 is 12, minus 2 times 5 is 10, so 12 minus 10 is 2. That is true. And does 5 equal 1/2 of 4? 1/2 of 4 is 2, plus 3 is 5, so 5 equals 5. This equation, this solution is true. We took one variable, the y equals, and we substituted into the other equation for that same variable and solved it. Okay? Let's go to another example. Example 2. X minus y equals 0, and 2x plus 5y equals negative 14. In this case, we're going to need to get one of these variables into the x equals or the y equals format. It doesn't really matter which one, but you're going to need to get one of these variables equal to a value or an expression that includes the other variable. So let's see, how about we go here? Let's take equation 1, name them equation 1 and 2. And how about we get this into x equals? And we do that by adding y to both sides. These cancel, and we're left with x equals y. X equals y. Then we substitute this y back in place of the x. Substitute y in place of x in equation 2. So in place of the x, we're going to put a y. 2y plus 5y equals negative 14. 2y plus 5y equals negative 14. Well, we can combine these two. They become 7y, sorry about that, not x, equals negative 14. Then we can divide both sides by 7. Divide by 7. We have y equals negative 2. Well, y equals negative 2. We need to put this back into either one of these equations. We can put it back into equation number 1. I like going back into an original equation. That way you can make sure if you made some error in your manipulations here, then you won't mess that up for your solution. So the other equation number 1 is x minus y equals 0. If we put negative 2 in place of y, we have x minus negative 2 equals 0, which is x plus 2 equals 0. In order to solve this, we subtract 2 from both sides, and x equals negative 2. The solution for this system of equations is negative 2, because x is negative 2, y is negative 2. If we're not sure about this, let's go back to this equation up at the top. Do a check. Negative 2 minus negative 2, which is negative 2 plus 2, that does equal 0. 2 times negative 2 is 4, plus 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. So we've got negative 4 plus negative 10 does indeed equal negative 14. So this solution checks out. Okay? Very, very good. Let's move on to another example. In example 3, we have y equals negative 2x plus 7 and y equals 2/3 x minus 1. Since both of these are in the y equals format, that means they equal each other. If y equals this, negative 2x plus 7, and y equals 2/3 x minus 1, that means negative 2x plus 7 equals 2/3 x minus 1. So let's set it up that way. The first part, the y equals negative 2x plus 7, we're setting that equal to 2/3 x minus 1. Both of these equal y, so they equal each other. And then we can solve the equation. Let's solve by reducing or simplifying, moving the constants to the right. We have negative 2x equals 2/3 x minus 8. Then we need to subtract 2/3 x from both sides. This reduces. And negative 2x and negative 2/3 x is the same as negative 2 and 2/3 x. I'm going to turn this into an improper here in a minute. negative 2 and 2/3. These two added together. So this is 6, 7, 8, negative 8 over 3. X equals negative 8. In order to find out what x equals, we need to divide both sides by negative 8 over 3. Divide by negative 8 over 3, which is, this reduces in the same, what this is on the right-hand side is negative 8 times negative 3 over 8, because when you divide by a fraction, you keep the first fraction, flip the second one, and multiply. So our x, let's make this into a time so you don't get confused by that. X equals, these reduce to negatives, so x equals 3. Now we can put this back into one of the equations at the top to see what is our y value. It doesn't matter which one we pick, both of these are going to be fairly simple, but let's substitute. I'm going to put it into number 1. It doesn't really matter which one, but that is y equals negative 2x plus 7. Taking our x, putting it in there, so y equals negative 2 times 3 plus 7. Y equals negative 6 plus 7, so y equals 1. Our solution here of this system of equations is 3 and 1. We can go back to these equations at the top, the original equations, to do a check to make sure that 3, 1 makes both these equations true. That's how you check to make sure that you've done everything correctly. Okay? Now, if we're going to solve by elimination, elimination basically means that we need to eliminate one of the variables and solve for the other. Eliminate one variable and solve for the other variable. It's an elimination. We eliminate one and solve for the other. Let's look at an example. We have x plus y equals 12 and x minus y equals negative 10. This is equation 1 and equation 2. The elimination method is similar to the adding and subtracting, but you have to make sure that you have a variable that is an equal and opposite. So you have a plus y, a minus y. So now you can add these two together, and one of these, well, you don't even have to add them. You look at them, honestly, this can be eliminated. Plus y, negative y, these two together, that eliminates that. And you're left with 2x equals 12 minus 10 is a positive 2. Divide both sides by 2. And you're left with x equals 1. To solve it, we go on to the next, to substitute it back in place of one of the equations. We can pick the first one. Substitute into equation 1. We have x plus y equals 12. We're substituting the x, which is 1, plus y equals 12. To solve this, we need to subtract 1 from both sides. Y equals 11. Now our solution here is 1 and 11 is our solution. So, if we substitute back into this original equation, x being 1, y is 11, 1 plus 11 does equal 12. If x is 1 and you subtract 11, that equals negative 10. Yes, that's solving by elimination. One more example. 3x minus 8y equals 20, and x plus 3y equals 1. In these two equations, they're not currently ready for them to be for an elimination to take place. There has to be another mathematical move in order to get one of these variables into an equal and opposite. So what we can do is multiply this second equation times -3. Why did I pick -3? Well, I picked -3 because we have a positive 3x here. We need the opposite of that for here. So now we've got -3x minus 9y equals -3. This -3 needs to be multiplied by everything in that whole equation, not just the first thing, but all the parts. This is now our new equation 2, and we're bringing down our equation 1. I'm just rewriting it. This is our equation 1. And now we have a -3x and a positive 3x, so these two are eliminated. -9y and -8y is -17y equals positive 17. We divide by -17, divide by -17, and we have y equals -1. To find what x equals, we're going to substitute this back into one of the equations. I'm going to choose equation 2 because, S-T-I-T, there we go. Substitute into 2. I'm choosing that one because the y, the x is alone. So once we're solving, we're going to be able to just get the x by itself. So we have x plus 3y equals 1. X plus 3 times -1 equals 1. So x minus 3 I'm going to go with is 1. To solve this, we add 3 to both sides. X equals 4. Our solution here is 4, -1. That's our solution. And in order to make sure it's true, we substitute it back into these original equations to make sure that the value for -1 makes both of those equations true. Okay? We have solved systems of equations by substitution and by elimination. If there's any questions, definitely put them in the comments, and that way we can get back to you and help you out with any questions you have. Tomorrow's video, or the next video, is going to be about systems of equations, solving systems using systems of equations that have 3 variables. If we have 3 variables, we're going to solve the systems of equations with 3 variables in our next video. Please be sure to check us out on 8minutemaths.com. You can also find us on Facebook at 8-Minute Maths for College Women or Women Returning to College. We have a YouTube channel where there are videos. You can like and subscribe to the videos, to the channel. All would be appreciated. This month we have the Algebra Survival Kit on sale. The Algebra Survival Kit is a resource that includes everything you need to pass your algebra, your college algebra class. It includes fractions, decimals, exponents, equations, inequalities, systems of equations, functions, rationals, factoring. It basically includes everything that you need. Every topic that you need for your college algebra class is included in this Algebra Survival Kit. And for this month, the Survival Kit is on sale for $50. It goes back to $88 on March the 1st. And if you would like to get one of those, please don't hesitate. The address is bit.ly/algebra-survival-kit. You can also find them on our website, 8minutemaths.com/survival-kit. You can go there and see exactly what's involved in the survival kit. Okay, so I will see you all in the next video. Have a good evening. If this video has been helpful to you, then subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos are posted. Also, visit us at 8minutemaths.com where you can see our content and resources and courses, things that are available to you there. Lastly, follow us on Facebook at 8minutemathshelp.com. We look forward to seeing you there.